What's up, guys? This is High Hobbies back again with another review. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but I've been busy. But we have the long-awaited, highly anticipated Nissan R32 Pandem Skyline GTR RC car. Here's a little bit about the packaging. Yeah, you can pause that and read it if you want. This thing, man, I don't know. They came out with it, and all of a sudden, I seem to be the last person to receive theirs in the mail. But yeah, it's here. Here's your instruction manual. Nothing crazy. I know there's a lot of controversy about this thing. How Mattel just opened it up to the general public for purchasing. How you did not need a Red Line Club membership to buy this, and whatever. But yeah, I was able to get one, and we're gonna check it out today. I paid for this with my own money, so I'm gonna give you an open and honest review. The packaging right off the bat is just absolutely pristine. This is better packaging than I've seen with any other RC product of this size, and I have had experience with a lot of it. Nice protected little clamshell in here. You just pull it right out, and look at that. Nice presentation all around. You know, it is die cast. It's not plastic. And I mean, just look at the lights here. Spinning all the way around. We got the underglow, changes colors. I think you can select the color. And USB-C charging is always a very welcome thing. It's just a universal charging method now, so anything other than that, micro USB, it's all about USB-C now, which is cool. So yeah, it comes with the charging cable. And it does not come with a wall adapter, so you'll have to figure that out, but you can plug it into anything that's USB. And we have the transmitter here. It's a sufficient hard plastic wheel. It's just hard plastic, but I mean, I guess it'll do the job. To get the batteries in here, you do have to remove a screw. Not a big deal. Looks like we have space for 2 AA batteries. I'll put the Home Depot specials in there. And one thing that I don't like about this transmitter is that you will have to use the screw to keep the battery lid in place. It doesn't have one of those clicky things like most RC transmitters do, so it's kind of annoying. I usually just take the screw out and leave it out, but I can't do that in this case. Yeah, so then we got the power switch on the side here, and that gives us binding status. So turn the car on, and no problem binding the car to the transmitter. Hooked up right away. Here's the color button. This little light button here changes the colors on the bottom, or you can just turn it off if you want. And we do have proportional steering, which is awesome. And it looks like we have 2 speed modes here, low and high. And the high is indicated by 2 flashing lights, and the low is indicated by 1 flashing light. So on this rubber mat here, it does get pretty good traction. The turning radius is really good for its size. It is kind of low though, so you got to bind it up on that little rubber lip there. But yeah, it looks like we have trim too. If it's not going straight, use these buttons to trim it out. Standard on any RC. Zippy, man. Just test out the turning radius to the left. Pretty good. That's about a 8-inch turning radius, I think, I would say. Let's test it out to the right now. I think the turning radius is a little tighter to the right. Not entirely sure why that is the case, but yeah, nice controllable throttle on this rubber mat. You do have the potential to body swap this, I believe. So here I'm taking the screws out just to take the body off to see what it looks like on the inside. I don't recommend doing this, but if you're like me, you gotta know what's in there. Okay, it's pretty straightforward RC electronics there. If you did need to change the battery out for any reason, you probably could do that. You could probably put a bigger battery in there if you wanted to. We have a single cell LiPo battery. Or it might be lithium ion, sorry. And yeah, it's pretty compact. A lot of tech in there, pretty cool. And the body itself just seems to be like regular die-cast body, so there might be some room here for customizing if you want to put a different body on there. You just gotta find the right car. Maybe a Ferrari F40 is not the right car, but pretty cool feature when you plug it into charge. The headlights glow amber and the bottom is red. I think it's really neat that they did that. They could have just put a little red light on the bottom, but they didn't. They went all the way, and once it's done charging, the headlights light up and the bottom turns green. So I thought that was really neat. So driving it's a whole different story, guys. I hate to say, you know, it's an RC car and it should be drivable like an RC car. Here I'm driving it on my office floor, which is like a linoleum flooring. The good thing I said about this RC is it does have proportional steering and throttle, but it does not have a way to tune the steering down. It's very sensitive, and the transmitter that it comes with, it's just, the spring in there is very tight. It's hard to get pinpoint control. Right here I'm just trying to do figure eights around these other cars, and if you give it too much throttle you'll spin out. Again, this is on the low setting. Just a quick reset here to try to do some laps, but it seems to just turn very sharply. And I have over 15 years. I've been playing with RC cars since I was a kid, but hobby grade RC cars, I've had over 15 years experience with these, and this car is not easy to control. When you put it in the high speed mode, forget about it. Unless you have like a rubber mat or something, you're just not going to get any control at the high speed. It's very difficult to control. It spins out very easily just because of the torque. It's only rear wheel drive. You know, one thing this could have used is either a gyro or all-wheel drive or both. You know, regardless of whether or not the real car was all-wheel drive or not. I know there were some all-wheel drive Skylines, but I'm not going to get into the technicalities of that. This thing is just out of control on the high speed. That's just holding the throttle down. It just does donuts on its own. You can't get it to go in a straight line at full speed, not on this kind of surface anyways. If you had maybe like a big rubber racing mat or something, you might have a little bit better luck, but most people are just going to be driving this on their floor, right? So here's a foam board kind of flooring that I made. I was planning on building a small track for small scale RC cars, and it gets a lot better traction here, but the platform I had was not really big enough to go full speed or anything like that. So I think this thing's just too fast in its in the fast mode, and it's too slow in the slow mode. It is gripping up nicely on this foam board, but it's just uncontrollably fast, and the slow mode is just too slow. Like I said, I think they needed to put a medium speed on this that was in between both speeds. I think that would have made it a lot more fun to play with. Honestly, I've really not enjoyed driving it as much as I thought I would. If you have like a diorama with roads and stuff and you want to cruise around very slowly, I mean, maybe you could have fun doing that. You know, this is my shop floor. It's just concrete, and even this is too smooth. It's just at the high speed it just spins out, and it's very hard to control. So yeah, you know, giving this thing a grade as far as quality is concerned, for $55 if you're able to get it retail and you're a Hot Wheels collector, the quality on this is very nice. It was a good pickup for $55. I think the resale on these is about $120 or so. That I would not, even if you're a diehard collector, I probably don't think that it's worth the investment to pay that much money for it. And I'm looking at it from the perspective of actually playing with it, right? So quality wise, 10 out of 10 is a high quality product. Performance wise, I'm going to give it about a 3 or 4. Doesn't drive too well unless you have very specific surfaces to drive it on that will give you traction, but for the average person it's not going to be an enjoyable experience. You're going to crash it more than anything, and then you're going to ding it up. So just leave it in the box. I probably won't pick up any more of these RC ones unless they make changes to the drive system. But yeah, that's it for now, guys. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.